So you want to know how to play like a pro in laser tag? No big deal. Let's get started. Laser tag in Rec Room has one game mode, Team Warzone, also known as Team Deathmatch. There are currently 2 maps and 2 teams made up of a maximum of 4 players. Players have health bars and can utilize a revive system in-game. AI-controlled bots spawn periodically through the map on both teams' side. The objective is to reach 400 points. Tagging players results in a 10-point gain. Tagging bots results in a 2-point gain. And tagging elite bots results in a 10-point gain. Have you noticed the golden skin that's appeared thus far in the video? Stick around until the end to see how you can obtain this exclusive weapon skin. There are 4 primary weapons, 2 power weapons, and grenades. Here's when and how you should use them. Grenades are your go-to utility weapon. They are a single-use item that has a 3-second delay before a massive multi-hit explosion occurs. Usually, this is the best way to take out top skilled players or players that are grouped up together or hiding behind some cover. Grenades are scattered across the map and takes 15 seconds to respawn. Grenades can be cooked by triggering it, holding onto it for a second or 2, before tossing it again so it explodes as soon as it reaches your opponent. Keep in mind, the explosion affects you as well as the enemy player. So if you're too close to your grenade, it will result in a self-destruct and a 10-point negative penalty on your team. Don't worry though, explosions do not affect friendly players. If an enemy forgets to cook a grenade and tosses it directly at you, try to pick it up to either self-destruct and avoid giving the other team points, or toss it back if you have enough time. Each time you respawn, you start with a pistol. This is a jack-of-all-trades weapon that is excellent for every encounter, and typically is the weapon you'll be using most. This weapon fires nearly as fast as you can pull the trigger, so it's an excellent choice if you can have a steady rhythm and good aim. Against bots though, this weapon doesn't fare as well as other options, but it can still put out some good damage when going for headshots. Next is the short-range shotgun. This, along with the following weapons, are found across the map and are limited in supply. This weapon has a massive spread, but also a very high damage rate. Each individual laser has a fixed damage value. If all the lasers in the spread hit the player, it will deal more than half of the health bar. It's best used for close encounters or ambushes if you choose to pick it up. However, it has an extremely slow fire rate and punishes hard if you miss a shot or if you're too far away from your enemy player or bot. It also does not stun elite bots very well during combat, but it takes out regular bots in one hit at close range. The laser tag railgun, commonly referred to as the rifle or sniper, is a high-risk, high-reward weapon. It has a slow fire rate similar to the shotgun and can be extremely punishing for missing shots. Hitting headshots will take down the player with only 2 shots from any range, and the railgun can stun elite bots like no other weapon. Next is the infamous burst rifle. Due to the low damage output, this weapon is commonly known as the worst weapon among the available ones. However, the fire rate is extremely high and can effectively always be shooting, which is great for supporting your teammates and hitting players from a distance, especially if they're trying to escape or if they're at low health. It is also good for shooting grenade spawns on the map next to a player so you can tag them. However, these use case scenarios occur infrequently, and it does little to nothing to stun any type of bot, so the burst rifle is situationally useful at best and otherwise not recommended. Moving on to our power weapons, we have the beam cannon. This weapon spawns on the Cyberjunk City map at the center every 2 minutes. It can be dual-wield for more effective use, but has a limited ammo and charge time before it begins to do damage. Given full effective use, the power weapon alone can tag up to 4 players or elite bots before running out of ammo. This weapon makes a lot of noise, but typically it's a good idea to charge it up before rounding corners where you might expect a player to be. Lastly, we have our second power weapon, the laser cannon. This weapon spawns on the hangar map every 2 minutes, and can also be dual-wield for more effective use. When shot, the cannon will stick to any surface, charge up, and cause a multi-hit explosion after 3 seconds. In combat, you'll typically want to predict where the opponent will show up, rather than where they currently are. The launcher has a smaller effective explosion radius compared to the grenade, even though the visual explosion looks the same. Additionally, shooting a player directly in the head will cause instant damage, without the need to wait for the explosion. Okay, let's talk about tactics and what you need to know to play like a pro. Your top priority should be grenade control. Try to focus on controlling areas of the map where grenades spawn as much as possible. Rat out pathing so you always have a grenade to pick up nearby. Deny the enemy team a chance to pick up grenades by either shooting them from afar or picking them up yourself. Next is proper use of cover. Don't forget that you can hide behind some walls to avoid taking damage from an onslaught of bots or players. But be careful not to have weapons poking out from your cover. Currently, weapons count as part of your hitbox. This means that when you have a large weapon like the rifle or power weapons, you're making yourself a big target to other players. Additionally, explosions from grenades or power weapons can still hit you through walls. Be mindful when walking next to a grenade spawn point or you might end up surprised. Weapons that are inside the map's geometry cannot shoot. This also resets the cooldown period of the Cyberchunk City power weapon if you happen to stick it into a wall by accident. Don't revive players in a firefight if you're losing, but revive them when nobody is around or if you have a good chance to win the fight or flee from the scene alive. Currently, when you are revived, you have a 2-second respawn of invincibility. This can allow you to make a comeback and also chain revive your teammates. If you are constantly chain reviving your teammates, then you are feeding points to the enemy team in a losing battle, so it's best to avoid those situations. Otherwise, it's typically extremely useful to revive so you can skip the respawn timer for your teammate and get them back into the battle sooner. There is a 2-second delay before you can revive a teammate, so if your teammate was just tagged in front of you, make sure to wait at least 2 seconds before trying to revive or it will not work. Laser tag offers a team radio during games. Try to talk to your teammates and become friends. Team up to take on and flank enemy players. Don't stay too close together so that multi-hit explosions do not hit you. And warn your teammates where enemy player positions are. Try to keep the teams balanced and avoid spawn killing where possible. Players have a 3-second spawn immunity unless they shoot first, but nobody enjoys a game they can't really play. If a player happens to leave during a match on the enemy team, you can go to your room settings and switch teams to balance things out. Here are some VR specifics and tactics and tips. VR players can be most effective with their weapons upon mastery of reload rhythm. Reload rhythm occurs when you pull the grips on a weapon to reload at the precise moment after a shot is fired. To practice and master reload rhythm, shoot the pistol at a steady rate until you reach the 2 ammo left. Upon reaching 2 ammo, reload the weapon with your offhand at the moment the shot leaves the pistol, and then cycle through shooting and reloading at this precise moment. Going too fast or too slow will jam the pistol. Cycle through and repeat this process over and over until you have the muscle memory down to repeat this without thinking about it. Once you have the muscle memory down, steadily increase the speed of the shots until you reach a sweet spot where your pistol never jams. This is a bit of a niche trick for VR players, but Rec Room tries to support one-handed play wherever possible. So the pistol has this neat function where you can reload it by tossing it up into the air while flipping it. Upon catching the weapon again, the ammo will be refilled without the need for you to grip the pistol. This is especially effective when dual wielding with a power weapon to take out opponents within half of a second. Lastly, let's get into advanced dodging. When using VR, you have the full advantage of your body to maneuver around and dodge incoming shots. By dodging physically while moving your controllers or teleporting, you can maneuver in very unpredictable ways. It's important to keep in mind that your hands also count as hitboxes. When you're in a situation where you need to dodge an explosion, pull your hands in and lean back right before the explosion hits to give you the best chance for survival. That's all I got for today. Now, you should know enough to start playing like a pro. If you're interested in competitive laser tag matches and you want to have a chance to win this golden laser tag's pistol skin and some tokens, check out the Laser Tag League. Their Discord link is down in the description if you want to check it out. Hey friends, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you like this sort of content, consider hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it when you guys give me some feedback. So if you want to leave a comment or a like, it'd be super helpful. Thank you guys!